How involved are we going to be in delivering opportunities for this talent? We know that we're coming out of the remnants of colonialism and all of the impact that, unfortunately, the slave trade has had on the continent for over 400 to 500 years. And this is a new era where Africa truly takes its place on the planet and delivers what it has the ability to deliver, but also to make the use of its natural resources, which for so long have been extracted out and then delivered profits and benefit. That also includes its people and its talent. I, for one, I'm very excited about this prospect. My family were here in Ghana, and then when the coup happened in the early 80s, like many families, we had to leave. So my siblings and I were all born in the UK, but the plan was that we would be raised in Ghana, and the coup meant something else, and so we went to London, and that's where we grew up. But I think that actually having had the benefit of both, even though that was never necessarily my parents' intention, was such a benefit.
GUBA Diaspora Network. We started this because there was an influx of diasporans who are coming into the country. And for me, I wanted everyone to know the right way of moving back. And so we invite government officials from GRA, from SNIT, from birth and death, from immigration, from registry office, lands commission, all of them to come here to tell you the right way of doing things. And I don't want people to be putting online that, oh, I got duped in Ghana. Did you do the right thing? Were you connected to the right place? And then we have people that have moved back to Ghana to share their stories, their challenges on how they were able to move, so that it can encourage you that, look, I may be in point A, but you can get to point D. Because there's opportunities here for us as black people, as Africans, as people in the diaspora to come and add value to our country, the motherland. You know, some of us have stayed in the UK, US for so many years, have not returned. And so we are encouraging people through this event that it's possible to move, it's possible to make money, it's possible to make value and add value and grow your business and also employ people in the country as well, and help with national development. I think one of the guys on the panel, Emmanuel and Obaya, mentioned that if the right strategies are put in place. So for instance, she has a restaurant, right? Even with Dirty December, she has opened her restaurant at 5 a.m. to make sure that she gets those people who have finished the club to come to her restaurant. But it was a challenge because there was no service in terms of tro at that time, because her people have to arrive at the restaurant probably around 3 or 4 before they open at 5. And so if these things are put in place, it will work. For instance, I mean, the nail salon, making sure that she mentioned that, is it going to be security, right? Because if people are coming in at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, are we going to make sure that there's security for these people that are coming in and also leaving to go home at those times? We have to look at labor laws. How long can people be working or doing overtime with all of these things? But I think it's a good opportunity. I mean, some of places in the UK have open 24 hours. McDonald's is open 24 hours. And so it's a great initiative if the structures are put in place. 100%. If it's something that's going to be implemented, then you need to think a bit about it as a business person. And so I think that this conversation has also sparked up the conversation of people thinking about, okay, this 24-hour economy, how am I going to infuse it in my business? So I think it's going to work. It's been amazing. I mean, each and every year, one person just came up to me and said, Denta, every time I feel like giving up, there's another event that you do that encourages me to stay on. And, you know, it's not easy, but there are processes to doing things on the continent.
Land is not like buying a vehicle or a computer, because when you buy a computer, you take it to your house. But if you buy a piece of land, you leave it in a bush or somewhere. So it is very important that you obey the principle of caveat emptor, buyer beware. You need to undertake due diligence. First of all, you need to engage a professional, either a lawyer, a qualified valuer or real estate agent, to lead you in the process of acquiring the land. And one of the key things you need to do is that identify the type of land you require. We have different types of ownership: stool lands or customary land. We have state land. We have family land, individual land. Identify the specific one that you want to deal with. Then approach that person. And in doing that, you need to first of all ensure that you have the capacity of the person who is selling the land to you. Is he the head of the family? Is he the chief? Is he the real owner? Secondly, you need to conduct a search, an official search or ownership search with the Lands Commission. With a site plan, you go to the Lands Commission and then we would inquire whether who owns the land or what is the nature of the ownership there. Secondly, you need to do a physical search on the land. You need to visit the land physically and check, ask questions. Who owns the land? Are there any disputes? Are there any controversy around it? Then thirdly, you need to do zoning check. What do you need to land for? Is it for a commercial building, a residential building, a hotel or something? So there's assembly, zone the place as such. So after satisfying yourself with all these things, the next major thing you have to do now is the documentation. You have to engage a professional or licensed surveyor to undertake a survey of the land, prepare an approved plan, which is approved by the Lands Commission. Then you use that to prepare the indenture. A lawyer will prepare the indenture specifying the terms, how many years you have to acquire the land or not. And it's important to know that as a foreigner, if you are a foreigner, you are not a Ghanaian, you can't have more than 50 year lease. You get a lease of 50 years, which is renewable. So if you are a foreigner and you somewhere go and get a lease which is more than 50 years, it is voidable. It is not acceptable. So that documentation we have to prepare. Then you have to stamp it. You have to pay what you call a tax on it, stamp duty on it, which is assessed by the Lands Commission. Then you then go into the registration of the land. You come to the Lands Commission again to register the land. Either depending on where the land is located. If the land is in the Greater Accra region, you do title registration. At the end of the day, you will be given the title certificate indicating that the land is for you. Secondly, if it is outside the Greater Accra and part of Kumasi, you do what we call deed registration. In that instance, the deed is registered and then given back to you. So basically, these are the overview of what you have to go through in acquiring land in Ghana. We are aware of the challenges that people face in acquiring land. So that's why we have embarked on what we call educational awareness programs. We've established YouTube channels and just where we try to educate the public on the steps they have to take to acquire their land. When there are instances where the aspirants they come to the office to seek our advice, we give them the appropriate advice. But we also encourage them to go out there to seek advice from the professionals out there, the lawyers, the valuers, the surveyors out there to help them to go through the process appropriately. And I believe all will be well. It's very important because at the end of the day, we want to educate your people so that we don't do the people. Because at the end of the day, if Ghana want to attract investors into the country, we should make sure that the land administration system is okay. Because land is a base. When they come back to Ghana, they want to build their house, they want to establish business, it's on land. So if they have a good land administration system, then we know then everything will be well for the country. What we are doing now is to embark on what we call digitalization exercise. Because currently, for example, if you want to conduct a search, you can do it anytime, anywhere, because it's online. You go to our online service portal, and if you have your site plan, you scan it and pay online. Yeah, no, what I'm trying to say, we have started with the searches. So the next stage of the thing is to bring on board registration. You can sit anywhere in the world and submit a document to us. We receive it and go through the process of registration. So we are working towards that. But as a first step, we have done the searches online, and subsequently we will go put on the registration, stamping, and all those things online. Then we will get there. We are in the process of getting there.